May we be nourished. Together may we work with great energy. May our journey together be a brilliant and effective one. And may there be no bad feelings between us. Om, peace, peace, peace. So, yeah, that goes out to you, Oscar. I'm going to start the practice on the mat today. It's going to be a few fairly simple postures, floor postures, to focus on the hips and lower back and from places where we have tightness. Okay, so Sukhasana or Padmasana. Straight away I've crossed my legs and my knees are up here and my back is pretty round and I don't look comfortable at all. My spine is rounding. So sometimes we might want to, in terms of meditation, you get a cushion and place the cushion above the calves and then sit down onto the cushion, and already I'm elevated, my spine is straight, my knees are below my hips, and we have more space in the sacrum. Okay, so we can work from here, but if we want to do some practice on the hips, we're going to kind of face our demons, if you like. We're going to sit in Sukhasana, sit in our easy pose. Not that it's very easy for me at the moment. And I want my right foot in front of my left foot. I'm going to guide my thighs down as far as I can, right? And I'm going to sit up straight, spine straight. I'm going to do a few, we'll do a bit of rotation with the spine first, just to wake up that sacral fluid, synovial fluid in the spine and the joints. And if you rotate your body round, I should be holding my tummy in because I bet I look awful. But this is not the reason to like stop and start and not get on the mat. The whole point of doing yoga is supposed to tone your body and make yourself healthier. So all that kind of anxiety and tension, not wanting to like get present, is making me look a billion times worse. So note to self. I think yoga practice is a pretty personal thing actually, and when you go live and you put things out there for people, it's good to share, but it's also a bit daunting. And the reason we chant and we tune in and we do mantra is so that we can be present in a place where there is no judgment and there is no fear, no ego, no jealousy, none of that. We leave all that behind and we just turn up as we are. So we're rotating big wide circles in the spine, and we're waking up the spine. I've got a back injury as well, so interestingly, because I'm a little bit limited because of my injury and because of my, you know, just I'm out of practice generally, I'm hoping that these issues are making it more accessible for us all collectively as people, because then we can just get into our bodies more, you know. And if you find yourself in a better space than the teacher, then ding dong, you're in a good place. So I've done a few rotation of the spine, and we're going to come forward with the heart center, the clavicles looking forward, and arch this body in, arch the back in. Coming forward, inhaling, if you like, and exhaling, arching in. Leaning forward, arching in. Now I'm going to inhale my arms, lifting up, inhaling. And on the exhale, I'm going to bring my fingertips to the mat and I'm going to walk my hands to the end of the mat. Go as far as I can. I might find a little bit of discomfort in the lower back and then I'll ease off. Or I might find a nice juicy stretch in the outer hips, which is fabulous. So when you feel that kind of like stretch in the outer hips, you know you're doing something right. If you feel any discomfort in the knee joint or in the lower back, ease off. But what we want is we want to kind of ease the body forward, manipulate the spine forward, and our hips kind of follow. Find ourselves creating space here in the psoas. Okay, so breath in, reaching up on the inhale. And as I exhale, I'm bowing forward, mindfully noticing my lower back. You could hinge at the hips here, but you might not be ready. Your hips might not be ready to open up. So we want to kind of like slowly come forward. Even if our spine is slightly round, that's fine too. Okay, so I might be coming onto my elbows now, and I've got my hands in Namaskar, hands in prayer, and I'm on my, and this is actually quite a comfortable pose for me. No issues with the knees, no issues with the lower back. Nice stretch in the outer hips. If you breathe into the space, take a breath in, and as you exhale, can you feel your thighs gravitating away from the body and lifting up? Okay, so now we're here, we're on the, I've got really, some of us might have stiffness in the knee joint as well, so we're going to release that too, okay? How about we bend our right leg, take our left leg and take it over to a kind of like a 45-degree angle towards the corner of the room. Take your right foot and place it into your left thigh. Now, we've had a little bit of practice with the outer thigh, with the thigh, so we can press down on that right thigh. Okay, just manipulate that for a while. And then you can flex out your front foot, your left foot, place that calf on the floor. Take a breath in here, inhale, and as you exhale, guide your torso towards your left foot. And now, before we hinge forward, we want to protect our lower back. So you might want to bring your left knee up to protect the lower back. And then you can kind of ease forward and gently find your way to your calf, shin, foot, eventually toes. So I'm fairly flexible here, but I'm also conscious and mindful that some of us aren't. So now I'm reaching up with my fingertips, inhaling, drawing my shoulder blades down, because I love that mantra in the shoulders, it straightens the spine. And then I'm going to exhale and I'm going to hinge forward and I'm going to manipulate my right hip as I come forward, pressing that hip down, press that thigh down, flex that right leg as you reach forward. Can you feel that? Can you feel that in your right thigh? You've got a little bit of more flexion here in the ankle joint, a little bit more space here in the hips, and hopefully, without compromising the lower back too much with a little bend in the knee, we're in a good space here. So this is Janu Sirsasana. It's a cooling pose, and we do this after our standing postures in preparation for Shavasana. But I'm just focusing at the moment on gently finding space in our lower back, in our hips, in our knees. Okay? So let's do that now with the other leg. So we'll take our right foot and flex the calf, flex the foot, bring that left foot in to meet the top thigh. Now, inhale here, find your space, reach the arms up, bring those elbows down, let the shoulder blades down. Inhale here and exhale. Can you come forward slowly, protect the lower back, bend the knee, but at the same time mindfully flex that left foot and ease that left thigh down. Bring a breath in here and exhale, come forward and reach your shin or foot. Take a breath in to lengthen and then exhale into the pose. Now if you can find a rounding in the spine, you're probably going to be better off bending the knee anyway, okay? Because you want a nice straight ironing board backs. It's so good to remember the compensation of each parts of the body and each foundations of the body. If we're not doing something right in one part of the body, something else suffers. The compensation of another muscle or bone or joint is going to get affected if we don't get to know our bodies and understand our limitations, okay, as well as our capabilities. So here I am in Janu Sirsasana, and my knee is bent, and I want to come forward. I'm desperate to get forward into that forward fold. So to do that, I'm going to press my calf down, and I'm going to sit up straight with a straight spine, and I'm going to breathe. Breathing in. How far can you go without compromising your lower back? As you're moving forward, can you feel the outer left thigh coming down towards the mat? This is what we want. We want to open up in the hips. Breath in here and exhale, come forward. Deep breath in exhale, release. So now while we're working on our hips, let's try pigeon. So normally when we go into pigeon, we've done a vinyasa where we're on the mat and we're in downward dog, okay? So let's assume we're in downward dog. Rotate those upper arm bones, press down into the mounds of the hands, lift up through the hips and thighs, press down onto the heels. Breath in here, and exhale. Deep breath in, and breath out. On the next breath, on the inhale, I'm going to lift up with the right foot, lift it up as high as you can go. Inhale. And then you exhale, you bend the knee and you bring the knee towards the right wrist. Sliding that back foot back, coming onto the mound of the left foot. Now lift up here with your fingertips, inhale. And exhale, you might want to just come onto your elbows. And you might think, oh, this feels comfy. How about I flex my front foot? And how about I now feel a bit of a stretch in my inner thigh, inner right thigh, once I flex my right foot. Breath in here. And if you want to, you can come forward with your hands and come into the full pigeon pose. A lovely hip opening stretch, this one. Big breath in. Big breath out. Deep breath inhaling. And exhale. Flexing that front foot for an outer stretch and an inner stretch of that right thigh. One more breath in. And exhale. While I'm here, I'm pretty comfortable to go into a twist in this pose, but because we're just starting out, I'm going to leave it there and go with the other side. So, lifting up into our downward dog, separate the feet, rotate the arm bones, press down onto the hands, separate the fingertips, press up through the hips. Inhale here, and exhale. Now inhale, lift the left foot as high as it can go, and exhale, bring that left knee to left wrist, and then scooch that back foot onto the floor behind you. Take a breath in here to come up onto the fingertips, and then exhale, lowering onto the elbows for stability. Remember to flex that front foot. Remember to kind of like some advanced yogis are able to bring that foot all the way to the, what do we call it, right angle with the mat. I can't. That's when we know how out of sync we are with our hip flexors. My foot is like way over there by my right knee, when it should be, well, if I was advanced, or if I made an effort and did more practice, I would find that. But that's the thing about yoga, the more we practice, the more it opens up, the body opens up. It's like a door opening another door, and so on. So come up onto the fingertips, big inhale here, and exhale, guiding yourself forward. If you want to, you can stretch the arms out in front of you. And I'm not happy in this hip. I think this hip is actually a little bit less open than my right hip. So I'm coming back onto my forearms. Big breath in here. And you might want to rest your head. That's all good too. This is your practice. This is where you get to know your body and your capacity and what you can, your limitations. And just, I guess it's about finding